Welcome to our channel. In this session, we will discuss the multiplication algorithm for signed magnitude data. Simply, this is a binary multiplier. So, first one is a binary multiplier. How the operation is performed? First, you know how to represent the signed magnitude numbers. So, the magnitude is separated from the sign. And to perform multiplication, I need two numbers. One is multiplicand. Suppose B is the register which holds the multiplicand, and BS which is used to store the sign of the number. And one more register. What is this one? This is some Q register which is used to hold the multiplier, and the sign is stored in the flip-flop QS. Okay, multiplicand and multiplier. One simple thing. After performing, for example, take this example, it is very easy. 10101 into 101. If 10101 is the multiplicand and 101 is the multiplier, what we are doing? Suppose if the last bit is a 1, then we are doing like this: 10101. If it is 0, no, this is the general operation. If it is 1, so we know this is the general multiplication operation. If the multiplier bit is 1, then we are performing operation. That is, we are adding this one to all the zeros. In the next, if it is 0, simply we are doing shift operation. Again, if it is 1, we are performing addition. Now, if you observe carefully, how the multiplication is performed by using addition. So, for that, what we are doing? I am using one complementer and parallel adder. Okay, which is used to add the partial products. Now, where the partial products are stored? For storing the partial products, that is the temporary register, I am using register A. AS is the sign of the register. Now, one more thing. After performing the operation, generally the length of the product is double than the length. So, that is the reason my entire result is placed in both A register and Q register. If you have any carry, that carry is placed in E. Initially, the value 0. This is. Now, how many number of times this operation is performed? For that, we are using one sequence counter. So, what is the initial value? The number of bits of the multiplier. If you have 3 bits, 3 operations. If it has 4 bits, so 4 times. If it has 5 bits, 5 bits. So, sequence counter is initialized to the number of bits of the multiplier. Now, whatever we discussed, we will implement the same thing with the help of a flowchart. That is the hardware algorithm. Okay. Now, what is the first step? We already know the multiplicand in B register and the multiplier in Q register. Suppose this is multiplication operation. Here I will write down multiplicand in register B, multiplier in register Q. Okay. Now, what is the sign of the result? If both the numbers are positive, the result is positive. If both the numbers are negative, you know that one, minus into minus a positive, the result is positive. That is, if it has same sign, the result has also same positive. If it has a different, suppose one is a positive, another one is a negative, the negative sign, and one is a negative, another one is the positive, negative sign. So first you need to give the sign. How? Simply the sign of BS with QS. Simply take the XR of 2 times. If this is 1, this is 1. That is, both are negatives. 1 XR 1. What is the answer? 0. So obviously the sign is positive. If this is 0, this is 0. 0. 1 and 0, 1. That is negative. You got it? XR operation. The sign of AS and the sign of QS also. Why? YQS, my entire product is available in both A comma Q, and initially E value is equal to 0. Initially E value is equal to 0. That is, there is no carry, and SC value is equal to N. What is SC? Sequence counter. How many number of times the operation is going to be performed? Initially N. N specifies the number of bits of the multiplier. These are my initializations. right? Now, the most important thing, when we are performing the operation, suppose if this is the multiplier, we are checking the last bit. If the bit is 1, then we are adding the partial product. Suppose where is my partial product A? If the bit is 1, we are adding the multiplier to the partial product. If the bit is 0, no need to do anything. Why? Simply if the bit is 0, even though we are adding all the zeros, no problem. Simply do the shift operation. So here you need to check the last bit, Qn. Qn specifies the last bit of the multiplier. Now observe, if the Qn value is equal to 1, what you are doing? Directly you are doing the operation A plus B. Directly I am doing A plus B operation. A is the previous partial product. For that partial product, the multiplicand is added and the result is copied into EA. Now, suppose if the Qn is equal to 0, no need to do anything. But if it is a 0, simply these bits move one position to the right. Otherwise, the value, this is the 10 power 0. For example, 2 power 0, 2 power 1. If you ignore this one, we lost the value. So, what we are doing? You need to perform shift right operation on EAQ. Shift right operation on EAQ, that is the entire product. What happened after shift right operation? The last bit is lost. For one shift right operation, we lost the last bit, that is LSB bit. In the next iteration, this is the LSB bit. We are checking this one. In the next iteration, this is the LSB bit. Simple thing, the partial product is shifted towards the Q also. And the SC value is decremented by 1. SC value is decremented by 1. Each and every iteration we are SC value is decremented by 1. Now, after performing the addition also, we are doing shift operation. That is, if you do one multiplication, then we are doing shift operation. Clear? And at last, what is the case? Check AC value. That is, if the sequence counter value is not equal to 0, the process is repeated. If the sequence counter value is equal to 0, that means the multiplier bits are completed. Simply stop the process. This is the multiplication algorithm. Anyway, if you consider one example, then it is very easy what the algorithm does. Now we will move to one example, the standard example that given in the book. Assume two numbers 23 into some 19. So how the operation is performed by using this algorithm. Now B is equal to multiplicand. That is 23. So 23 in the sense 10111. This is the multiplicand. Now I will write down like this. Here E value, A value, Q value and SC value. Initially E value is equal to 0. Assume the number of bits is equal to 5. Assume we are representing the number in 5 bits. So A is also 5 bits. So initially 5 zeros. What is the Q? Q is my multiplier, that is 19. 10011. What is the sequence counter value? The number of bits. How many number of bits we have? We have 5 bits. This is the initialization. Each and every time, first step, check the Qn value. If you understand this one, the algorithm is very simple. What is the Qn value? That is the last bit. If Qn value is equal to 1, simply we are doing add B. That is, for the A, we are adding the B. Observe 10111. Do the addition operation 11101. This is as it is. For understanding, I will copy this one also 1001. 1 1. After adding, what you need to do? After adding, perform shift right operation. Perform shift right operation on EAQ. You already know the shift right operation. Simply 0. I have said EAQ for the entire shift 0. Now this one 1 0 1 1 1. You got it? 1 0 0 1. We lost the last one. Simply for one shift right operation, we lost the last bit. Once the shift right operation is completed, what is the value of sequence counter? Is decremented by 1. Now the sequence counter value is equal to 4. This is step 1. That is in the first iteration. Coming to second iteration. In the second iteration, what is the value of Qn? Again, the Qn value is equal to 1. Then we are doing add operation. Now what is the number here? 0 1 0 1 1. This is my A value. For that add this one 1 0 triple 1. If you are doing addition 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 0 0 1. And this is my Q value 1 1 0 0 1. After completion of addition, what you need to do? Shift right of EAQ. Simply do the shift right operation 1. By doing shift right operation, this is not an arithmetic shift. This is not an arithmetic shift. If it is a regular shift, simply do the shift operation, add a 0. Here also, simply do the shift operation. If you are performing the right shift operation, simply place 0 at the leftmost position. 0 1 0 0 0 1 0 1 1 0 0. We lost this bit and the sequence counter value is decremented by 1. So my second iteration is also completed. Now check Qn value. What is the Qn value? 0. If Qn is equal to 0, now understand, no need to do addition. Why? Even though if it is 0, we are adding all the zeros. What is the use of adding all the zeros? That is the reason. If it is 0, simply we are doing shift right operation. That is, for every iteration, shift right is compulsory. Why? To avoid, to make the exact position additions. So again shift right operation, 0 is inserted here. 0 1 0 0 0 1 0 1 1 0. And sequence counter value is decremented by 1. My third iteration is also completed. Again check what is the Qn value. Qn is the last LSB position. Qn is equal to 0. Same shift right EAQ. So simply this moves to here and we are inserting a 0. Remember, this is a logical shift, not arithmetic shift. 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 0 1 1 and the sequence counter value is equal to 1. And my last iteration, coming to this, Qn value is equal to 1. Qn value is equal to 1. What you need to do? Add B. For this we are adding B. So 1 0 triple 1. Simply do the addition operation. 0 1 1 0 1 1 1 1 0 1 1 1. So here E value is this one 0 1 0 1 1. Now the sequence counter, perform after addition SHR EAQ. Do the shift right operation. So simply do this one 0 0 1 1 0 1 1 0 1 0 1 and the sequence counter value is equal to 0. Now stop the process. 1 2 3 4 5 iterations. Now what is the answer? The answer is equal to EAQ 0 0 1 1 0 1 1 0 1 0 1. Check the value. 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 square, 2 cube, 2 power 4, 2 power 5, 2 power 6, 2 power 7, 2 power h. So what is the value of 2 power h? 256. 256. 2 power 7 into 1. 128 and 2 power 5. 2 power 5 in the sense 32. 2 power 4. 2 power 4 in the sense 16. Next 2 square. 2 square is equal to 4 and 2 power 0 that is 1. Simply do the addition operation. So 10, 16, 16, 26, 27. Sorry, 37. 7, 10, 11, 11, sorry, 27. 11 plus 2, 13, 3, 4. 437. If I am converting this binary into decimal, what I am getting? 437. So, what is the 23 into 19? 23 into 19, 19 3 are 57, 19 2 are 38, 43. 437. We are getting the right answer or wrong? Exactly, we are getting the perfect answer. This is a binary multiplier. Simple thing. If the value of the last bit is equal to 1, we are doing the addition and do the shift right operation. If the value is equal to 0, simply do the shift right operation. Why we are using shift right? That is one important question. Remember, if you are using shift right, initially, if you observe, this is multiplier. How many shift right operations I am doing? 5 shift operations. So in the first shift operation, I lost 1 bit. Second shift operation, I lost second bit, third bit, fourth bit, fifth bit. By performing 5 shift operations, I lost all the 5 bits. For every shift right operation, the Q moves 1 position to the right. I always check the last bit. Got it? So always the LSB bit is removed and the partial product is moved to the Q. For each and every iteration, see here the partial product is moved into the Q and the last bit of Q is removed to gap the space, to provide the efficient space. This is the way we are doing binary multiplier. In the next session, we will do the Booth multiplication algorithm with an example. Thank you.